can you tell if embryo development is normal?
Okay, so embryo development, in human fertility is very wasteful process for good reason. That reason is to select healthy eggs and sperm and embryos. So which means a lot of eggs produced will not become high-grade embryos. A lot of produced embryos will not become baby. So because this selection should happen whether you do IVF or naturally. So IVF is a replication of natural fertility in very fast rate. So let us say in IVF, let us say if you have a 12 eggs, 10 fertilized, now you got 10 embryos. You put those 10 embryos in the incubator, normally only 3 of them should become high-grade blastocyst embryos and should be utilizable embryos. It's very normal to lose 7 embryos on the way because naturally those embryos should have or can have chromosome errors. Usually it's originating from the egg, but it can originate from the sperm as well. So depending on sperm quality. So it's very normal to have 7 abnormal embryo out of 10. So same thing happens in natural conception. Let us say you have you release 1 egg every month. Across whole year you lose 12 eggs. Even if you get 10 fertilized, which means 2 of those eggs didn't fertilize, you have 10 fertilized. Out of 10 fertilized eggs, across 10 months, only 3 of those embryos come to the uterus. And then 1 of those 3 should implant. So this is how you get natural pregnancies. You keep creating this kind of eggs and embryos. A lot of embryos stop developing because there's error. They never come to the uterus. Then embryos keep coming to the uterus and 1 and 3 implants. So what happens in whole year of natural conception in couples without fertility problem will replicate in couples with infertility in 1 month generally. If they have good egg reserve, if they get 12 eggs, the same replication happens in the lab. So this is why if you get 3 embryos out of 10, that's normal embryo development. So we call this utilization rate. So utilization rate should be 30 to 50% in average. Or high-grade blastocyst embryo formation rate should be approximately 30%. The difference is utilization rate means you're getting any utilizable embryos, average grade or high grade. Grade 3, grade 1, grade 2 embryos, these are all utilizable embryos. Grade 4 embryos, non-utilizable embryos, you need to discard them. They don't have any chance to become a baby. So, but high-grade blastocyst embryo formation rate is the grade 1 and grade 2 embryos. Let us say out of 10, if you have 3 high-grade embryos, blastocyst embryos, that's normal. If you get 5, that's excellent. If you get more, even better, but 3 is normal. If you get 4 utilizable embryos, which means 2 high-grade, 2 average grade, that's also normal. So if your utilization and high-grade embryo formation rate is low, that means that's low, that you had a poor embryo development. You may get 1 embryo out of 10, that's very low utilization rate, or if you don't get any embryo, that's called failed embryo development. So that's not good. So if you have a very high utilization rate, let us say 7 out of 10 got to the utilizable state, that means that egg and sperm quality was really good and egg maturation was really good. All this stimulation drugs really matched your receptors and you had a very good quality embryos. That's excellent.